Hey everybody, it's me, your buddy Dave, the host here of the Dark Stuff channel on YouTube. Thanks a lot for stopping by, checking in on the latest video. As I explained a couple days ago, I'm starting to venture out into some different areas here with the channel, and my first venture outward outside of my comfort zone was to do a video discussing the new Star Wars show, The Acolyte. And it's getting a lot of hate online, and I watched it, or the first 4 episodes anyways, and I liked it. And I didn't understand the nature of the hate, and I thought it broke down into a couple categories. I made my case on the video. Agree or disagree, whatever. It's out there. I'm not going to recap the whole thing. But I have been getting some crazy angry comments and lots of dislikes on the video, to the point where, I'm just like, wow, is it me? Or are these people just completely unhinged? So I made this little montage of some of the best comments and some of my responses, and I'm going to let you be the judge. Those are just a sampling, okay? The video didn't go viral or anything. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to. My point of doing the video was just that I liked it, and I wanted to see if anybody else liked it. And was there any other nature of the criticism other than those 3 things that I kind of pointed out? And I would venture to say no, there isn't. Most of the time when these folks are writing that it's agenda-driven, I'm like, what's the agenda? Just explain it to me in 2 sentences, and don't use the word woke, because different people have different interpretations of what that word means. Explain to me in very simple 2 sentences, what is the agenda? They can't do it. Anyways, moving on. If you've had any experience with this, of showing up to a concert and finding out that there's more than one version of the same band. And I know that's been a thing going back to the days of the coasters and the platters and all of this, that like there are sometimes multiple versions of bands, and it goes all the way up to the 80s, into the 90s in some cases. Well, I found out this week that there are two versions of Sham 69. Late 70s UK punk rock band has two different versions, and I caught one of them when they played in Omaha the other night. A buddy of mine and I were going to go to the show. He loves British music from the late 70s into the 80s and was real excited about seeing Sham 69. Me, I knew like two or three songs by Sham 69, you know, but I'm only know them more by reputation. But this week we were sending each other videos, texting each other videos from YouTube of Sham 69 from some classic performances from back in the late 60s, or I'm sorry, back in the late 70s, and we were all getting ready for the show. We were vibing on it big time. So there were three opening bands, and neither one of us wanted to see the three opening bands. We just kind of wanted to see Sham 69. So through an inside source, I found out that they were going to go on at 10:10. So we arrived at 10 o'clock. And after chatting with some randos outside on the street, found out the three bands had already played, and up next was Sham 69. So we go in, get situated, and almost immediately a band walks on stage. A band. And we're like, who's this? You know? Because we honestly didn't recognize them. One guy was very young. The bass player was very young. The singer looked like he was legitimately around in the late 70s. Maybe the guitar player. I'm not sure about the drummer. Just very confused. I thought I had been given some bad information and that maybe this was the third band, and that was what we were operating under. We were like, oh, this is the third band, and then Sham 69 is next. So we just sat there and we're waiting, and then this band played Borstal Breakout, which is one of the best known songs by Sham 69, and I'm like, why would an opener play a song by the headliner? That doesn't make any sense. And then we're like, is this Sham 69? And we're like, wow, that singer really looks different. You know, he used to be skinny with black hair. Now he's a little heavier and he's got gray hair. I'm like, what happened, you know? I mean, people get older, sure, but I mean, this looked like a pretty radical difference. So immediately, you know, we grab our phones and start looking it up. And yeah, it turns out, according to Wikipedia, that there are two versions of Sham 69 out there. There's a whole history to it, you know, of the band breaking up and getting back together and breaking up and getting back together. But bottom line is there are two versions. There's the one with the original singer, Jimmy Percy, and that's usually known as Sham 69, the original 1977 lineup. And then there's this other version with Tim V, the singer, the current singer, and that is known as the Tim V version. Well, I didn't know any of that. We just saw Sham 69 and we saw the Tim V version and were thrown. Now, the band wasn't bad, you know. I mean, it was like, oh, these guys are good 70s sounding UK punk band. I mean, you know, there was nothing wrong with them. It's just, who the hell were these guys? And we ended up leaving after about maybe 45 minutes of the show. Because I was like, yeah, I heard the couple of songs that I know, but I don't even, you know. So anyways, that's my end of the story. If you're gonna make it out of here. Okay, real quickly, I want to talk about two records I've been listening to a lot lately, man. I just can't stop playing them. I play them over and over. And the first one is the new record from King Hannah called Big Swimmer. This is amazing. I've been playing it like for the last like 3-4 days, just over and over and over. The band, it's a UK duo. It's kind of like part Big Thief, part PJ Harvey, part 90s like fuzzed out indie rock. They have a great song on the record called Davey Says, and I don't like it just because it says my name. I've never been referred to as Davey. Anyway, side note. But the song, they say, is their ode to 90s indie garage rock, like an intentional ode to that sound, and they do it perfectly. Other songs are a little slower and more brooding. There's some stuff that almost sounds like John Cale, Velvet Underground type stuff. It's exceptionally good. The other thing I've been loving is this new Paul McCartney and Wings thing that came out, One Hand Clapping. This is like a 1974 concert with no audience, performed at the BBC. I think that's where it was. I've only streamed it. I don't actually have a physical copy of it. And it's them running through, it's 50 years ago, so 1974, and it's them running through all of the early Wings and early Paul McCartney solo stuff, just raw playing it in front of no audience, but they're doing it like as though there were an audience. So it's basically like a rehearsal. It's raw. It's just like, I don't know. I love it. I've been playing it, like, again, over and over and over. I haven't been excited about a new Paul McCartney record in a long time, although these are obviously 50-year-old recordings, but still, I'm excited about it, Beatles fans. I'm posting something about Paul McCartney. And then finally, I want to ask for your help. Maybe you have any suggestions. So one of the things that I want to do on the channel, a segment I'm starting to work on, is I want to go back and revisit media, meaning movies and TV that I used to like when I was a kid, maybe, my teenage years, junior high and high school, and see if they mean anything to me now. Like, see how they, does it still have any impact on me? Do I still like it? Is it still awesome? Is it completely ridiculous? Stuff like maybe Zap. This used to be my favorite movie when I was a kid, or, talking about the X-Files. I still have VHS tapes. Stuff I have on DVD or VHS or whatever. But I can't think of a good title segment because I don't want to do just like retro review or some. I mean, I'm looking for a clever name. All you get if you come up with the clever name that I end up using is I will totally give you credit for it, but that's pretty much all I can offer. There's no money involved. Don't think that's what's happening. All right, friends, that's pretty much it. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
So, you have a MySpace page or something?